question is, what are the 3 most important things you would advocate to hold or reduce costs? So James Harris, please.
Well, certainly looking at the firefighters' budget, the salaries and benefits make up over 2/3 of that number, and so it's not going to be possible to constrain or contain costs without doing something about salary and benefits. I think the other point that has been mentioned here is the CPI, but what we're really talking about is that we are hiring, or we're purchasing a service, and the service is obviously fire protection and first responders, and we need to look at comparable and competitive places where this is being offered. For instance, CAL FIRE. If you look at CAL FIRE, which really provides a base of cost and benefits for over 5,000 firefighters in California, you see that we are roughly 50% higher than what CAL FIRE is being paid.
Thank you. Next we'll have Rexford Ianson, please.
Okay. Some of the things that we have done in the past to hold down some of those costs. For one thing, we have positions that are designated to be in our organization, in our structure, that we haven't filled. So there's a cost savings there. One of the other things that we are also looking at is how do we, instead of hiring full-time people, can we do the same job with part-time people, or can we contract that out? I think those are both viable options. I think we need to take a look at probably a tiered system in the PERS system. If it's not economically feasible to tier that system, is there another one within the system that we have now? There are 13 different PERS formulas, and there is like 119 options. So I think that within that system, there has to be a way that we can negotiate, it is a negotiable item, that we can meet and confer and come up with something in the future that will
Thank you,
hold the
Mr.
line for
Ianson.
us.
Next we will hear from Robert Silano, please.
Thank you. Well, I think it involves 3 things. One is CalPERS, one is civilianized positions, and third is contract training. First, CalPERS. I talked to 2 city managers, one from the town of Atherton, and the two assistant city manager and city manager from Menlo Park. And the CalPERS issues is definitely a problem for those 2 cities, as it is for our district. We need to, as Rex said, 2-tier system. We need to evaluate other options, like maybe a maximum age for retirement. We need to go into maybe a step system for firefighters or other different classifications. We need to look into a maximum, minimum amount of percentage that they can get when they do go out with CalPERS. And then we need to do what the City Managers Associations are doing in California, is lobby CalPERS to have a reasonable solution.
Thank you. Next we'll hear from Stephen Nachtsheim.
Thank you. Since about 70% of the costs in the district are salaries and benefits, I think we have to start there. I've already said one of the things we have to do, which is restart the negotiations on a rational basis. I think, quite frankly, the other thing we need to look at is, as we bring new firefighters on, do we have to change the way that the retirement is offered to them? Second thing is, are there other cooperative efforts we could make with other districts or fire agencies, whether it's in training or plan checking or lots of the other things that come into this, what this district does right now. And I think the last thing, which was I think mentioned by Rob, which is looking at what competitive salaries are. Right now, our the salary group is about 12 or 16 other agencies right around here. I think there are different ways to look at competitive salaries, especially for the non-safety.
Thank you. And next we'll hear from Jack Nelson.
My take on this is the 2-tier system, which has been instituted in several of the municipalities going north. It's actually a good idea for new hires. However, it's going to take about 10 years for the district to receive the full benefit. We can outsource training, we can outsource fire prevention, we can outsource administrative functions, we can outsource apparatus purchases, loose equipment purchases, and outsource or actually consolidate the shops, the mechanical side of it. As long as there is a direct, noticeable benefit to the fire district. If it's just a cost savings and it can't be defined, no. It has to be a definable cost savings to the district. And I think, again, like everybody else, going back to the negotiating table with both sides having a full understanding of everything.
You're such a media candidate this evening. Thank you. And last you'll hear from Jon Mosby.
I don't know if I can top that. I go back to my opening statement. I would hope to bring a fresh set of ideas, or eyes and ears to addressing this problem, as well as other problems. And I think we're going to have to go outside the box to resolve this. For anyone that does not understand what PERS or CalPERS is, because I had never heard of it before I got into this, it's the firefighter's retirement benefit. And I don't think the board is a part of that, are they?
No.
No. But the firefighters, it's their retirement program. And it is extremely expensive. It's a wonderful benefit, and it's not that they don't deserve it. They certainly do. They put their lives on the line. But it's got to change, especially in this economy. And I'm open to almost any idea that can be implemented.
Thank you very much. Your time is up.